Continuing along Timberline Loop. This is the northern section. And look at that absolutely spectacular heavenly view of Mount Hood. The top, the peak is obscured by the marshmallow puffy clouds, but nevertheless, that sun peeking through, it is absolutely beautiful and epic. Definitely feels special. Actually, the kind of view that frankly stirs your soul a little bit. This contrast is casting a pretty haunting glow down on the valley. Emerald old growth forest basin of Mount Hood wilderness absolutely lighting up from this beautiful display. We're looking at Mount Hood, the tallest mountain in the entire state of Oregon. Some white puffy clouds covering up the peak, but with the sun peeking through, it's casting a bit of a haunting glow on the emerald basin below. Absolutely spectacular view of Mount Hood wilderness and the apex of the entire state straight ahead, the epic, majestic Mount Hood. Look at that incredible basin below, looking at Mount Hood wilderness. Here we are to Mount Hood Peak. Look at that. Absolutely spectacular view of Mount Hood. As we weave here on Timberline Trail, the glowing sun and the white puffy clouds, marshmallow clouds, partially obscuring the peak. Otherwise majestic, beautiful view. Mount Hood in Mount Hood wilderness here on the Timberline Trail here in Oregon, and we're weaving through a mountain ridge that's also giving us epic mountain views like this. Look at that, absolutely spectacular. We are coming on another clearing, just at another incline section of the old growth forest, and we keep going back and forth between old growth forest sections and spectacular ridge view sections. And look at that, absolutely beautiful, incredible, as the clouds are starting to burn off. Just broke through the forest section, coming to another gorgeous ridgeline view. And look at that, absolutely spectacular. That is the glorious Mount Hood, partially obscured with some white fluffy marshmallow clouds here at Timberline Loop. And we're in the northern section, heading towards Carn Shelter and ultimately Elk Cove. Look at that. That is absolutely spectacular. Take a look down on the basin below. Had it cast an emerald shadow. Beautiful old growth trees with this light peeking through. The sunlight going through those white puffy clouds is brightening up the whole area, giving a radiance. The mountain glows across the horizon. Absolutely beautiful. Looking at an absolutely gorgeous basin. This is Mount Hood wilderness with the tallest mountain in the state of Oregon, Mount Hood. And we've got some white puffy marshmallow clouds and the sun peeking through, casting a glow on the emerald basin of Mount Hood wilderness. The spectacular Mount Hood. We've got some absolutely beautiful clouds framing it with the sun peeking through. We're here on the Timberline Trail, a trail that loops around Mount Hood. It's a 40-mile loop, one of the two most popular backpacking trips in the state of Oregon.